Hello everyone. This is the F part of circulatory system, and children, I have written here this explanation so that I can explain you very well with the help of this diagram. So I have written this explanation here. So in this video section I am going to explain you the circulation of blood through the entire circulatory system. So we will, in the previous session you have studied about the pulmonary circulation and the systemic circulation. So here we will start with the pulmonary circuit or the pulmonary circulation. Pulmonary means, children, lungs. So beginning with the pulmonary lungs circuit, the right ventricle pumps blood to the lungs via two pulmonary arteries. Now see here. As in the previous session, I told you that the deoxygenated blood comes to the right auricle. When the right auricle contracts, the blood comes to the right ventricle. Now, from the right ventricle, the blood flows to the lungs through the capillaries. In the lungs, what happened, children? Now, see here, from the right ventricle, this right ventricle pumps the blood to the lungs via two arteries. These are the two pulmonary arteries. Now, as the blood flows through the capillaries, you can see here the capillaries in the lungs, carbon dioxide from the blood is unloaded and oxygen is loaded. Now what happens? The oxygen rich blood reaches, see, this is the oxygen rich blood, you can see here. This is the oxygen rich blood. It comes to the left auricle. Now see here. As the blood flows through the capillaries in the lungs, it unloads carbon dioxide and loads up oxygen. The oxygen-rich blood then flows back to left auricle via pulmonary veins. Again, I will explain you. Look here, children. We will start with the pulmonary circuit, the right ventricle. This right ventricle pumps the blood to the lungs via pulmonary arteries. And you know, children, this pulmonary arteries, they carry the deoxygenated blood. These are the only artery which carry deoxygenated blood. Now you see here these two pulmonary arteries. As the blood flows through the capillaries, you can see here, these are the capillaries. Here, through the capillaries, here carbon dioxide is unloaded and oxygen is loaded. That means carbon dioxide is removed here and oxygen is loaded. Now this oxygen rich blood flows back into the left auricle via pulmonary vein. See here, this red color veins, these are the pulmonary veins, and these are the only veins which carry oxygenated blood. So I think, children, you have understood. After the loading of oxygen, this blood, oxygen rich blood, flows to the left auricle via pulmonary veins. So pulmonary veins pour the blood into the left auricle. Now oxygen rich blood flows from left auricle into the left ventricle. Now see here, this pulmonary vein has poured the blood into the left auricle. Now this auricle will contract and the blood will flow to the left ventricle. Can you see, children, here? When the auricle or the left auricle will contract, the blood will flow into the left ventricle. The left ventricle pumps blood to all the body organs, including lungs, through systemic circuit. Now, children, what happened from this left ventricle? The blood flows. That means this left ventricle pumps the blood to all the parts of the body, including lungs. So oxygen rich blood is now pumped to all the parts of the body, including lungs. So in lungs also the oxygenated blood will reach. Oxygen rich blood leaves the left ventricle through aorta, which is the largest blood vessel. Now see here, I told you this is the oxygenated blood in the left ventricle. When the left ventricle will contract, the blood will reach to all the parts of the body through this aorta. You can see here, this is the largest artery of our body, or we can call it, it is the largest blood vessel of our body. This is the aorta. From the left ventricle, the blood is pumped into the aorta, and through this aorta the blood reaches all the parts of our body. Several large arteries branch from aorta and leads to upper body. The aorta then curves down behind the heart, which branch into more arteries which supply blood to abdominal organs and to the lower body. Now see here, this is the aorta. This aorta is the largest blood vessel, and from this aorta several large arteries arises. Some arteries carry blood to the upper part of the body, and some arteries, what happens, this aorta then curves. See here, aorta curves down behind the heart, which branch to more arteries, and it supply blood to the abdominal organs and to other parts of the lower parts of the body. So aorta branches here into many arteries which supply blood to the upper part of the body. Then it curves and bends down behind the heart, and it again branch into many arteries which supply blood to the abdominal organs and lower part of the body. Arteries carry the blood into arterioles and then to capillaries. As you all know, children, arteries, they branch into arterioles. They are smaller and finer than the arteries, and then the arteries, they again branch into capillaries. The capillaries rejoin as venules which carry blood back to the veins. You can see here, children, this is the artery, then it is broken into, or it is branched into arterioles, and then arterioles, they rejoin to form the venules, and then the venules rejoin to form this vein. So the capillaries rejoin as venules which carry blood back to the veins. Now see here, from this is the aorta, which has branched into several arteries, and they carry the blood into the arterioles and then to the capillaries. Then capillaries here, they rejoin to form the venules, and venules join to form the vein, which bring the blood back to the veins. That means from the after distributing the blood to all the parts, exchanging the gas, transporting oxygen, again they carry deoxygenated blood, or it is now the blood is laden with carbon dioxide. Now superior vena cava brings oxygen poor blood from upper parts of the body. Now see here, this is the superior vena cava here. Exchange here also has taken place. See, from the body organs, carbon dioxide has reached the blood now, and again this blood has become deoxygenated. And from the upper parts of the body, the superior vena cava brings the blood and pour it into the right auricle. In the same way, from the lower parts of the body, this inferior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood, and it also pours into the uh, right auricle. Right auricle. From the right auricle, the blood flows to the right ventricle. It completes its entire journey. Now again, the blood, impure blood has reached to the auricles, that is the right auricle, and from now the again the right auricle will contract, the blood will flow to the right ventricle. Now the right ventricle will pump the blood to the pulmonary arteries. Now each pulmonary artery reaches the lungs, where the or through the capillaries, where the exchange of gases takes place. That means carbon dioxide is unloaded and oxygen is loaded, and that oxygen rich blood is carried with the help of pulmonary vein, which pours the blood into the this left auricle. When the left auricle will contract, again the blood will reach to the left ventricle. Now the left ventricle will pump the blood to the aorta. Now this is the largest blood vessel which supplies the blood to all the organs. Now this aorta divides into several branches, and some of the branches that or the arteries, with the help of the arterioles, they supply the blood to the upper part of the body, and then this aorta, it curves and bends behind the heart, and it supplies the blood to the abdominal organs and the lower part of the body here, lower part of the body. Then the arteries carry the blood in the arterioles, and these arterioles, and then into the capillaries. Now the capillaries rejoin here to form the venules. Here also you can see the these capillaries rejoin to form venules, and venules forms the vein. See here also. Now from the this superior vena cava brings the blood or impure blood from the upper parts of the body, and the inferior vena cava brings the blood from the lower part of the body, and both these inferior vena cava and superior vena cava pour the deoxygenated blood into the right auricle. Again this cycle starts again. So this is all about the circulation of blood. I hope children you have understood. That is why I have taken only this much. In the next session we will take some other things. So read this again and again, watch this video very carefully, and you can study here with the help of this diagram also. Thank you children.